Hey guys, Pastor O here. Thanks for tuning in tonight to another night of Spill. Hope your night's going well. My night is going great. All right, tonight we're going to be discussing homelessness and what does the Bible say about that. Right, so we're coming from the book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 17, and it simply reads, Whoever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay him for his deeds, right? I'll say it again. Whoever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord, and God will repay them for their deeds, right? So let's talk about homelessness, right? Well, homelessness has always been one of those weird conversations I've had with Christians, right? Because oftentimes we as Christians see it as a form of charity, right? Oh, yeah, Pastor, I can write you a check, or I can scrunch up some loose change from the bottom of my car, or I can even help with a soup kitchen annually, which means once a year. And then after that, I don't want anything else to do with that, right? And I would come back and say, that's great. You know, we always want your money to help out with those who are in need. We always want you to scrimble up some change to give to somebody who may be in need. And we also want your service, right, and your hard hands to help out at a soup kitchen. But here's the thing, though, right? God requires us to give more than just that with someone who is homeless, right? God requires more of just not just our money, right, that we can scrounge up somewhere. God requires our service and our heart in that human condition, right? Because we often make generalizations or assumptions that someone who's homeless is either a drug dealer or a drug addict, right? Or a former criminal or a current criminal, someone who has mental health issues, right? Someone who has abandoned themselves from their family and their friends, right? Someone who's panhandling, right? Someone who is just downright negative and bad to society, right? Now, although some of those assumptions may find themselves to be true, it doesn't matter, right? Because oftentimes, right, they're not true, right? These are individuals who've life just happened, and they may have not had the help and the love that you have with loved ones who are seated next to you, or loved ones who are in a different room than you are right now, or loved ones who may be outside playing, right? They didn't have that love and support that was surrounding them during that difficult situation. And they took the extreme turn and decided to live on the streets, right, and be by themselves, right? So although God requires, and it's nice that although God requires us to give financially to those who are homeless, God also requires your heart in that same human condition, right? Because if your heart is present in that human condition, then understanding of someone else's situation and someone else's past also becomes a part of that requirement and of you giving in that way, right? So the next time you see someone who is homeless, right, or someone who's living on the streets or underneath an overpass, don't assume right here immediately that they're a bad person, right? Strike up a conversation in a public area. Say hello to them. Ask them how they're doing, right? Ask them if they need any food. Offer to buy them lunch or breakfast or dinner, whatever day or whatever time of day it is, right? If they ask for some change, right, ask them why they need it. And if it's food, provide it for them. Matter of fact, go to the grocery store and come back with a bag full of groceries. Pass them a card that has the name of a shelter on it, right? Point them in the direction of a nonprofit that can potentially help them get off the streets and find a trade and a job and a place to live, right? Do more than just looking at this individual as a charity case, right? And place your heart into this human condition. Why? Because if it was you or a loved one that simply vanished from your life and wanted to do life on the streets because of a situation that was going on around them, that got them so down that they wanted to run away, you would want someone who came in contact with them that was a complete stranger to do the same positive help by extending their heart to them. That's the ministry of what it means to work with someone and be in contact with someone and connect with someone who is homeless. Because the Bible says in Proverbs 19, verse 17, whoever is generous to the poor, not with money, but with your heart, lends to God. Why? Because God will repay you for your not heartless deeds, but for your heart-filled deed. So, go with God this evening. And remember, do the right heart-filled